between Liquid Echo and RSG Philippines. We talked about the Arlet. This time around, we'll look at the mid lane once again. We have the Vexana, we have the Valentina. Do you guys think that this would be another, let's say, another mirror pick where we could see this these mid laners once again?
Yeah,
There you go.
for sure.
There you go. Mid laners already removed on the side of Echo. Faramis, Louis, they're both out. But also the Arlo. Team Liquid Echo does not want to deal with the Arlo Nats. And they don't even want to flex it for JP. They just want to get rid of the Arlo and maybe potentially get the Fred in first pick.
Yeah. Fredrin first pick. I would be very surprised if teams now don't really prioritize Fredrin as the first, because we've been seeing some trends, especially later into the season, where teams who have a chance to pick up Fredrin first don't, and they give it up as the first two picks for their opponent's red side. But yesterday, I feel like with the series that we saw, Blacklist International against Banana Evos and Fnatic Onyx Philippines, you have to first pick the Fredrin if it's available for you.
Oh yes, definitely. One of the best, if not the best junglers right now. Picked 60% at the time, and there you go. A 63% win rate jungler into the regular season.
Yeah, the value is definitely there. The hottest commodity utility jungler out there,
Yeah, pretty
Fredrin.
hot.
It is going to be on the hands of Carl TZ. Now, usually RSG, they answer the Fredrin with the Baksha and Demon Kite, but this time around, they don't have the Baksha and Paramis combo. So they might look into other options like the Barats for Demon Kite, but also do keep in mind that the Barats can be flexed to the EXP.
And the Barat's EXP lane, we talked about this several times already off broadcast, and I just like to bring it in the broadcast. What are the good matchups for these Barat's XP laners if ever we do see them?
I mean, nothing. He's that good of an XP.
Oh wow, but it looks like they're gonna see Yu Zong this time around paired with Moskov as well, but
Oh my goodness, this is the classic Liquid Echo Blitz Draft. Although they don't have Trevor anymore, but picking up straight away the Terizla and Navaria. Very signature picks coming out from Liquid Echo here, especially with the Navaria on the hands of Sanji. But Terizla on Sanford against Yuzong. He knows this hero so well. He knows the matchup, and this time Liquid Echo might have an answer against the Yuzong.
Yeah, and one of the things I like, honestly, about the pairing of a Terizla and Novaria together is with an Astral Echo, it's so easy for you to hit the penalty zone.
Yeah.
Especially if you land 3, 4, 3 and up against your opponents.
Oh
penalty
my
zone almost becomes like an instant thing.
The slows, bro.
Yeah,
the slows.
RSG now will add more slows to their table with the Baksha.
Well, let's take a sneak peek here for Sanford. His most used hero is the Yu Zong, but this time he will be rocking the Terizla, which I think, how's that matchup in the XP lane?
I mean, it is quite in favor of the Terizla. You do get the amplified existence on the early game because you don't have to really fight into the matchup. And the thing about Terizla is that, again, it's very good when it comes to turtle fights. That's the thing that Liquid Echo wants. But RSG, Coach Panda, has done his homework. He knows that Liquid Echo is going to try and get that Yu Zong. So they put they put Nats on that hero, and then they got, again, one of their best utility junglers against the Fredrin, which is the Baksha.
Yeah, and looking at this Baksha and Yu Zong, I do fear for the life of the Novaria. I don't think he's going to have a good game here unless, of course, Sanji plays a bit less aggressive on his typical, very aggressive Novaria.
You know, I'll be honest, after what we saw from Spider Miles on the Roam Novaria yesterday, up against a lineup that could have destroyed his Novaria, I feel like now I'm not so scared for this Novaria. Because after seeing what Spider Miles did, I feel like Sanji can do the same. He stays alive, keep himself in the back line. The pressure actually is going to be on the Fredrin, the Terizla, and whatever the roamer is for JP to make sure that the backliners don't even get close to the Novaria.
But here's the thing. Liquid Echo, even though it's comfort on Sanji, they have to watch out for the unorthodox pick. Again, RSG, they have a talented mage, and we've seen a Novaria suffer a matchup before, the Gusion.
Oh, yes. I still remember TNC Pro Team picking it up in the regular season, going up against the Novaria. But here comes the pick coming in from RSG. What are you guys expecting?
Maybe a roam?
Yeah, Roam. I wonder if they're going to... Because looking at of Liquid Echo, I feel like maybe Help, Chip, Nathan might be their last two picks. Will be really good because Nathan Moskov,
that's true,
in terms of that trade.
You know, when we look at the Moskov, I think Midnight was the one who said this. I think nobody, as you said, nobody could beat the Moskov if played well in lane.
Technically, you win almost all matchups in the game. You know, RSG, they pick up the Vexana on Aqua, and I feel like that's a staple pick for RSG. But Liquid Echo, they go back to the Cloud of Benikuti and pick
Finally!
up the Carmilla, maybe on the roam.
I'm not saying maybe. I'm saying it is. It is a Carmilla roam. I've been spamming this.
We've seen this in MPL ID.
We've
seen this in our pubs, in our RGs, but now Liquid Echo, JP is gonna try and make it work in MPL playoffs.
And I feel like this is also a steal pick away from RSG because Vexana paired with the Carmilla is definitely one of the combos that everybody should watch out for. And looking at the final pick here, what could it be?
Chip
Chip, yeah?
Chip Ruby?
Chip?
Chip Ruby?
Chip?
Chip? Let's see. Well, looks like they're going to go for the Guinevere instead.
Guinevere roam in this day and age of the metagame.
Hey, we haven't seen that for a long, long time. And against the Carmilla, what do you think about this, Midnight?
To be fair, I don't think it is straight up against the Roam or even the cores of Liquid Echo. I think it's just a good answer against the Fredrin, because against the Fredrin, you want to be able to control him and make sure that he doesn't get the stacks. And make sure that if he charges up those crystallized energies, you are able to hold him down enough that your teammates can burst him. And I feel like you get that with the Violent Requiem from the Guinevere.
And even if you pair it up with the knock-up coming in from the Yuzong as well with the Petrify, that would allow for RSG to have a long crowd control time. And going back on that stat as well, I do think that RSG is also within top 4 of crowd control time inside the league right now.
Yeah, now looking at the lineup rating here, Liquid Echo does have the upper hand. They have an insane team fight with the Carmilla, Terizla, and Cloud combination, but there's a huge lockdown on the side of RSG, and you're right, they really love those CCs on the side of the Raiders.
And when we talk about crowd control, we talk about winning games. Who's going to win game 1? It's Liquid Echo versus RSG Philippines. And yesterday we saw 5 games in our first series. Do you think it's going to be the same story today?
I want 5.
I want 5 games.
I wanted 5. And again, the heat, the context of this match is Liquid Echo. They want to be able to buy in for their MSC chance against an MSC champion team that is RSG.
Just like that, JP burst a chunk of his health down, but Carlteasy is already there as well. And so far, no big casualties.
And they're both taking it easy right now. But RSG a little bit more aggressive with the pokes early on, just so they can control the rotations of Liquid Echo.
This is the classic RSG early game, just pure aggression. Don't show any sign of weakness. Just make sure that you're everywhere on the map. And they're able to do this with the boss shot. But Light, gets poked by Carlteasy. Usually it's the other way around.
That is painful. Coming in from the box show 1 minute in the Fredrin rather. But overall, RSG still up with the tempo. Is this actually what RSG wants to do? Do they win the early game?
Well, in terms of what RSG wants to do, it has to be control the aggression that the Carmilla and the Fredrin together can dish out. So you want to try and match them with the pokes. Because if you let Liquid Echo do what they want to do in the early game, they're going to be invading the jungle after the first turtle.
Yeah. And look at this, 3 Purifies on the side of a Team Liquid or Echo Liquid.
Liquid Echo.
Liquid Echo. We're still getting used to it. It was a surprise for all of us.
It was a surprise for all of us, you know.
2 days right before playoff starts.
Liquid Echo with 3 Purifies, respecting the crowd control that RSG has, but it looks like Turtle will be started by Carlteasy.
In the bottom lane, a bit of a gang onto the EXP lane to push him out. Carlteasy already has brought down the Turtle to 4K. Little reset though.
All right. Classic moves from both sides. RSG, they let the enemy jungler get Turtle Prio, but Yuzong?
Here comes the Black Dragon form. Astral Echo dropping them down. Astral that's an entry by Sanford. Penalty zone. Carlteasy gets the Turtle, but RGPH are going to be fighting back. And the damage coming out from RGPH hurts too much. First blood, make it 2 for RSG as Carlteasy and Sanford fall.
Liquid Echo losing 2, and Turtle secured though. Who wins that trade?
I mean, for sure, RSG, they're going to be definitely happy with what they got. Even though they lost Turtle, it was because the jump from Sanford was there with the penalty zone, but they got 2 heroes, and that's the power of the box shot. The ability to turn these losing fights, they're still going to be able to get pickoffs right after the Turtle dies.
And look at the bravery coming in here for Benikuti. A 2v1 scenario, putting an aggressive BMI instead. I could never. My nerves would die.
Same dude. It was like, I am not that type of Claude player that can use Blazing Duet to clear waves and poke that early on. I'm saving that up until I have 3 items.
Same, dude. I'm a 3-item believer. I'm a power
spike
abuser.
Yeah, he only has a Swift Crossbow and he did that.
I mean, that's Benny. Come on. That's
Benny.
Benny.
It's Benny.
And that's just experience, you know.
That's
And,
a world champion right there.
World champion gold laner as well. But for RSG, even if they're up against world champions, they are former world champions themselves. Won MSC title in RSG ahead by 1,000 in this matchup. Is this expected? Are we expecting RSG to ramp up the early game?
Oh, Light
Light.
actually entering with a spatial migration. That's going to be JB with a burst of blood. Light going to be taking damage, but he survives. And look at the Eternal Guard by Aqua. Karl'Tez is taking a lot of damage. He doesn't have the ultimate anymore, and he goes back.
I mean, RSG, again, aggression is the name of their game. This is the task force.
No way.
Spear of Destruction, is he going to go in? Nah.
All right.
And they, dude, the control, the macro, and the ability of the box shot to keep this going.
Oh, no!
He tried to hold, but he's not going to fall. RSG back off as Liquid Echo will bite back and defend the tower up top.
Let's talk about aggression here. RSG is doing this non-stop. They're going in 3 men at a time. But looks like Liquid will be starting once again the second turtle of the game. Liquid Echo, can they secure this for free?
Yep, I think Liquid Echo does take the turtle for free. RSG, they were in no shape to contest that turtle. And I mean, in a macro sense, it's right for RSG to just give it away. Because if you fight and then you lose against Liquid Echo, that's momentum being taken away. But RSG, again, with this kind of lineup, the prioritization on the box shot and the matchup preference, it does make sense that they are able to do this with these set of heroes.
Light has just been jumping all over, dude.
Yeah, he's not shy with it. I mean, there were 3 members of RSGPH there. If they got the jump, it would have been a go. But it looks like this is a go for Liquid Echo. Astro Echo finds them. Karl'Tez.
Wow!
Using the Spear of Destruction to get behind Karl and then be able to blink away.
My goodness, the dodge. The micro mechanics of these guys.
I could never have thought a defensive Spear of Destruction would have worked out. But you know, that's... How do you even call it Spear of Destruction if you use it to protect yourself, you know?
It's Spear of Protection.
It's Spear of Protection at this point, but RSG...
It's the SOP.
I can't wrap my
the
head
SOP.
around it.
Wrapping my head around it is not an option at this point because we have 3 people wrapping around Nats, and there is the option for Black Dragon form, but it's not using it just yet!
Oh, but in the bottom lane, it's actually a big wraparound onto Sanford. Are they going to be able to find Naz? No, he used the Black Dragon form to send the members of Liquid Echo back. They try to poke him down, but Aqua is here to help. 4-man rotation by Liquid Echo up top will not lead to anything.
JP?
Big win for RG, the bottom lane, but Liquid Echo are continuing this on.
Wow!
Curse of Blood, the taunt, the damage. Aqua falls, there goes the Vixana. Naz is trying to survive in the bottom, under the tower.
Demon Kite!
But he falls down, but he able to free hit. Demon Kite gets spotted out by Karl'Tez inside the baby, and they're going to be chasing after this box shot. Karl'Tez taunted, damage. Can he hold? He does not.
And just like that, Liquid Echo trims the lead from 800 to none.
The decision of Liquid Echo to go for that swap and the punishment, they saw that there were 2 heroes on the bottom lane. Even though Sanford died, they knew that it was always going to be 3v4, 3v5 max at top lane, and they are going to be favoring that trade. And again, the commitment. They dove that tower, disrespecting the Yuzong and the Vexana.
Oh, yeah. Karl'Tez might be in trouble here, but objective control is the name of the game. If you're Team Liquid, if you're Liquid Echo, 3 turtles secured for the early game as they scale towards the late game, in which I think the Claude should have the upper hand.
Yeah, this is classic trade in the late game. You don't... Well, I thought not.
Gets dived upon by the members of Liquid Echo, but he flies away like a G6 on that dragon. Almost gets hit by the Star Shatter, but Nats survives.
You know what they say, if you can't reach a dragon, aim for the stars!
TC! Full-on combo by RSG! Sanford goes in with the penalty zone, but doesn't actually connect that much. Karl'Tez falls. RSGPH are going to be fighting back. Team Liquid Echo is trying to escape. Sanford will get taken down. Great rotational read by the Raiders.
And the Raiders fight fire with fire. The aggression coming in from Liquid Echo just is answered by the Raiders with aggression of their own.
Yeah, this is why people love watching Liquid Echo against RSG. It's always a back-to-back affair. somebody will always be able to win the trade, but somebody is always going to be able to go for the punish. You can never know who's winning these trades.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this fight right now is making me wet with perspiration. Two teams that have really made a name for themselves with water themes, a king of sea, a former orca.
Now with
You know,
Liquid.
if you're now we're liquid, still wet. But you know, if we're wet of perspiration, we're also high in inspiration. Because Benecutie,
Aqua?
look at that damage, baby!
Okay, the stun left door, Shatter takes down the Vexana.
Oh man, this game is just. Oh, it's not stopping!
Purify. I love what I'm seeing. Curse
blood?
of blood gets two. Carl Teasy goes in. Sanford penalty zone. There's the Appraiser's wrap. Demon Guy still holding on. Daz able to deal a bit of damage, but the Baksha will fall at the hands of Liquid Echo.
Crucial pickoff on Demon Kite. The Lord is started by Team Liquid.
Come on. Usually, whenever we see teams win mid-game fights, they just snowball. RSG just won a fight. Liquid Echo, they didn't care. They were like, all right, no Moscow, 5v4.
Oh,
And then they won that. Although the Spirit Destruction almost got the Lord. But again,
Yeah, almost.
Liquid Echo now has the momentum back on their side.
You know, we always talked about this. Sanji on his Navario. We typically see artillery mages way back in the back lines. But
Yeah.
this Sanji Navario is very different. He's the guy to use a sniper right in front of everybody else.
Yeah, the best way to land a sniper is just try to hit it point,
Point
blank.
blank.
Exactly. Oh, the Curse of Blood with the penalty zone. Flicker rescue by Sanford means that Aqua will fall. Liquid Echo still have the Lord. They're taking this in a more calculated
Nax!
route. They find Nats. He will fall. He will not. Or will he? He flies out. He
Carl?
survives. Carl
Carl?
Teasy take a lot of damage. Are they actually going to be focusing on the base right now? It's still 10 minutes in. It looks like they have to go back. Liquid Echo dominating RSG
Wow.
Philippines out of nowhere.
This is Liquid Echo coming into this matchup really prepared. That there is the pickup, the initiations, the jump, the snipes coming out from Sanji. It's also the draft preparation, but also the comfort on the side of Liquid Echo. Benecutie on this squad has been amazing all throughout these macro engages. The ability of Liquid Echo to be able to make sure that the Claude is farming up while they're keeping the pressure against RSG.
Yeah, and now it's a 5,000 gold lead for Liquid Echo. Largest gold lead so far in this 10-minute game. And after a few plays, after a couple of jabs coming in from RSG, the power punches coming in from Liquid Echo has just been going through and through. Now with this 5K gold lead, you guys think that the next Lord fight, could RSG fight that, or should they just concede that Lord?
I guess they have to poke it out first, right? If they can get someone
Prod and poke.
down, yeah, and then if they can get a build an advantage for themselves, then they go.
Yeah.
But if it's really like a 50-50 and you don't know, I wouldn't take that if I'm RSG.
And the problem is right now, Liquid Echo, they have the priority when it comes to vision and also pokes because of the Navaria from Sanji. So even if RSG wants to contest, they really have to check a lot of boxes here, wait the Lord out, maybe force a team fight if Liquid Echo is not ready, but that's not going to happen. Liquid Echo is not letting any holes through their game plan. No side lane deaths. All of them are grouping up in mid. It's very important for Liquid Echo right now to stay together.
Yeah, and RSG, they're also staying together. In fact, they're just eating up the waves together as well. The base is getting smaller and smaller. They gotta extend the space that they have. Maybe a few galvanized steel squares and eco-friendly wood veneers, but not this time around because this is still a 5K gold lead.
Yeah, the economy for Liquid Echo, and of course the macro as well, pushing the opposite side of the Lord right before it spawns. They check all the conditions here for Liquid Echo to be able to take this Lord for free.
And now the Lord started as well by Liquid Echo, but are they going to continue this or are they just going to bait it out?
Yeah, they're going to be continuing.
Oh, that's a spear. That's big.
Are they actually going to
That's
try
the
to
spear.
enter it? Yeah. Will they try? Nah, they won't.
Big info.
Yeah.
Still, it's just like planting a drone camera, you know, just sending it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the Lord. Haha.
Here's the info. Upload
We tried.
it.
Oh, Carl.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Light gets done, he goes back and
Oh.
calls with the spam. RSG Philippines were doing this earlier, but RSG PH is showing, okay, go ahead, spam, we'll spam back. We know we're losing, we don't care.
I mean, Demon Kite and Carl Teasy has been juking it out for years now. And I'd like to believe these two people are friends IRL, but looks like it's heating up in the battlefield right now. This might be the endgame push.
All right. There goes the Astral Echo. Light brought down really low. That's the stuns. He's immune. Is he going to be able to escape? Yes, he will. Immobilize onto Demon Kite. And the entry by Sanford. Penalty zone. Demon Kite will fall down. Liquid Echo have built an advantage for themselves.
Aqua
with a Petrify. Entry. And a blazing duet by Benny Cutie means
That's
Team Liquid Echo will take game number 1.
And Liquid Echo secures their first win under their new organization name.
Clean, decisive, precise. That's the mode of operation here for Liquid Echo. And one thing is for sure, they're not scared fighting against a very aggressive team that is RSG. They keep on making plays. The signature of the old Orcas now turned to Cavalry, the Express coming out from Liquid Echo.
Gotta miss.
None other than Sanji with a phenomenal performance on that Novaria. And nakita naman natin yung kanyang mga ginawa doon sa game na yon, yung mga early aggression na sinubukan gawin ng RSG Philippines, siya ang pumigil.
Dininay niya, ginawa niya ng space, ginawa niya yung trabaho niya, and at the same time, nagawa din ng Team Liquid yung trabaho nila.
And looking at the stat line dito, 5-0-4. Hindi siya mahahawakan dito. And yun din yung isa sa mga magandang traits ng isang Novaria, lalong-lalo na sa mga lineup na katulad ng ginawa ng RSG Philippines, is hindi talaga siya madali mahuli. Kahit sabihin mong may Guinevere ka pa, o kung ano pa man, may Dragon pa, kung hindi ka talaga magko-commit sa kanya, is maging okay lang. In the early stages of the game, kung nakikita natin dito, Coach Dap, ay talagang nakikita natin yung potential na meron yung side ng RSG, lalong-lalo na sa pagkakaroon ng early game advantage. Kita naman natin yung rotations nila eh.
Napakaganda din ng rotation nila na nilayo nila yung Claude sa potential choke or potential ganks na pwedeng tanggapin, and inalay na lang nila yung Tarisla na nag-cause na mag-snowball yung Claude. So, sobrang effective yung lineup nila. Na-accelerate nila yung team nila, yung power spike nila.
Gusto ko yung sinabi mo dito, na inalay nila yung Terisla para kahit papano magkaroon ng space yung ibang mga tao na kailangan. Kasi nga naman, kailangan lang naman nila humanap ng tiyempo, ng buwelo. And they found that 6 minutes into the game, nakahanap sila ng mga tao from the side of RSG na hiwa-hiwalay at nabaliktad yung tide ng game bigla. And now, kung titignan natin, for the side of Team Liquid Echo, ay unti-unti na rin silang nagko-collapse doon sa may base ng kalaban. And as we've seen, ay talagang isa ito sa mga, sabihin na lang natin, gamay na gamay din ng side ng Team Liquid Echo yung ganitong mga lineup. Kasi kung susumahin, kung titignan mo yung lineup ng RSG, parang ito yung mga ginagawa nila eh.
Ito yung lineup na ginagawa nila na pina-force nila yung kalaban nila, gamitin yung skill nila pan-out. And sa ginagawa ng Liquid ngayon, they're forcing their enemies to play sa tempo na gusto nila.
And looking at our emblems, anything na nakikita mo dyan, Coach Dap, na medyo kakaiba. Para sa akin dito, ang nakikita ko is si Carl TZ going for 2 defensive emblems tapos yung concussive blast para talagang makuha yung kanyang early game. Kasi alam niya, dito sa lineup ng side ng RSG Philippines, siya talaga ang main target.
Sinecure ni Carl yung early game niya, kaya di siya nag-support. And binigay niya yung pressure na pwede niya ibigay as early as possible. Nandi din siya yung mapapunish.
But in terms of scaling, Coach Dap, the Claude and the Novaria against a Moskov and a Vexana, kanino ka dito?
Late game-wise, mas maganda yung Claude and Novaria. Pero sa ginawa ng tempo ng Team Liquid, pinakita nila na pas early aggression, mas kaya nila i-control yung tempo, mas kaya nila i-accelerate. Dapat na lamang yung Moskov. Pero napakita nila na kaya nila sumabay sa tempo.
And with that, those rotations, kung iisipin mo, back siya, Yuzong, tapos meron ko pang Guinevere, parang dapat talaga hawak nila all sides of the map.
Super early game lineup yung Team RSG dito. Pero talagang ginawa lang din na-understand ng Team Liquid Echo yung yung game timing nila, yung power spikes nila. And tingin ko yun yung the way they play is yung ginagamit na ng RSG yung mga skills nila pang out eh. And that's a sign na They're not playing their game.
Katulad ng sinabi mo kanina, kung titignan natin yung rich guy ngayon, inalay nila si Sanford on that Tesla para magkaroon si Benny ng 836 gold per minute and napakalaki nun. At kung tutuusin, kung titignan natin yung damage dealt dito, makikita mo si Sanji, palong-palo talaga. 53,000 ang na-deal niya all in all doon sa buong laro na yon. And now, kung titignan natin dito, Coach Dap, ano naman yung masasabi mong pwedeng gawing adjustment naman sa mga ganitong klaseng lineup na side ng RSG? Kasi kung tutuusin, in terms of damage taken, nagawa naman ni Demon Knight yung trabaho niya. Present nga siya almost all fights na nagkaroon doon sa may mapa natin.
Siguro I'm looking at Light and Nuts dito to create more plays pag mid-game.
Now, kung tutuusin, Coach Dap, ay alam naman natin, talagang nag-draft ka din para sa team mo. Yung mga ganitong klaseng laban na nagawa mo naman yung early game checklist mo tapos hindi talaga pumanig sa'yo nabaliktad ka. How do you get back dito sa mindset na parang winning mindset tayo, 5 games to, kailangan bumawi lang?
Treat it as best of one. Best of one lang, best of one.
So, ibig sabihin, one step at a time.
One game at a time, best of one lang.
So, ganun pala yun. And guys, kung tutuusin, tingin ko ganun naman din talaga lahat dapat dito.
Liquid Echo goes for the XP laner early on. This might just be the problem for RSG. There's no big playmaker apart from Light and Nuts, unless, of course, we're gonna see a different type of Aqua in this game number 2.
Lads, I just want to say I love our Champions Arena.
I love
First
it
time
so
we've
much
had it,
too.
like-
This is one of the best, man.
Yeah, I know it looks great on broadcast. I love how the community.
Champions.
Yeah,
I just want to emphasize Champions
Of
Arena.
course.
Champions Arena.
Yeah, it's not an MPL arena, it's a Champions Arena.
We have like 4 or 5 trophies and like what 6, 8 medals. I don't know. I stopped counting at 3 M Series championships.
It's 12. 12 in total.
12. Is that a real number or is that made up stat?
No, it's actually 12.
All right, we don't do made up stats here.
Yeah,
Everything
we
we say 100% legit. Now that's a made up stat.
Wow, the irony.
And now, of course, for Coach Tic Tac is going to take away the Harith and the Faramis as well. Same bans as well for Coach Panda, taking away the Louis Yi and the Mathilda.
Boys, Arlott, Barats, they're both up.
Ooh, that's going to be a matchup that I'd like to see in game number 2. The Arlott, please put it in the hands of Nuts.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the trade war that they're going to be going for. Arlott, Baksha, Fredrin. I'm missing out one more. Barretts.
Barats. Ooh, okay. Angel. Now, this makes things interesting. There's 2 things that Liquid Echo is looking at. Oh, all right. They removed the Fredrin so that whatever Coach Panda goes with, Liquid Echo is always going to be able to prioritize the Barats. Maybe even force out the Barats versus Baksha matchup, which does favor the Barats a little bit. But here's the thing. If they force RSG on the Arlott and Baksha, they might be able to set up heroes for Sanford and also Sanji on both EXP in the mid.
Yeah, it feels like Liquid Echo is daring RSG to pick up the Arlott. And so it's like Coach Tic Tac is already whispering in Panda's ear, hopefully in English, saying that
Pick Arlott.
pick Arlott, baby.
Pick Arlott. Come on.
Yes.
Is it going to be the Arlott though?
I wonder if any of them are thinking about the Edith later on, though.
There you go.
There
There you go.
Of course it is.
Nuts on the Arlott. And they get, oh my goodness, Yuzong on Sanford. And they block the box shot from RSG.
Whenever Coach Tic Tac goes in for the Blitz draft, it almost feels like you've just stepped on the trap just because of how
He's locked
fast
it, yeah.
he locks it in,
It's like Tic Tac saying, "We know this.
Yeah.
We know what you want to do. We already have prepared for it.
We own this."
Those are our brothers
it,
and
that's it.
sisters in MPL Indonesia.
That's true. Shout out to the Bahasa stream,
Yeah, to the
by the
Bahasa
way,
stream,
for the
yeah.
Indonesians who would like to watch MPL Philippines playoffs on their native language. We have a Bahasa stream as well this time around. But what's going to be the reply here? Are we
Claude's
looking at
open.
the Claude?
Claude Barats? Oh, never mind. Oh,
All he sees a lot of praise.
All
It's
right.
going to be the Roger.
Finally, someone picked up the Roger. It's like Roger was late to the party yesterday. No one picked him up.
That's
Yeah.
true.
it became a battle of who gets the musket first.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it has 100% win rate in Indo with the Barats. So with the matches yesterday with I think 3 teams liking the Barats and Moscow, that does make sense. It's it aligns with the statistics from other regions. But again, Liquid Echo and RSG, they have different strategies here. They have identities, and Liquid Echo again sticking to what they know, sticking to the comfort. This is the identity of this squad. You put heroes that are very comfortable on these stellar players so that they can perform inside the game.
And I love the Valentina pick coming in from RSG as well, making sure that there will be no final slash available for the side of our Liquid Echo. It looks like they're going to take away more roamers if you're Liquid Echo.
Game plan for Liquid Echo, second phase, because if you go to if browse the history, the draft history of RSG, Light has always been on the second phase. Now this Grok, they did the same thing on game number 1. If they remove the Edith once again on the side of RSG, Light might be forced to once again go back to the Rubies, the Chos, even the Guinevere Roam. That's why maybe the reason why we saw it game number 1, because they had nothing on the Roam. They have no option, and that's what they do. Grok, Edith is now taken off the table. RSG, they have to go back to the Guinevere and the Rubies.
I like how we just both went.
Yeah, we just like groaning from time to time, especially when we are waiting for the last ban. And
No, I thought it was an acknowledgement also of what Midnight said of like, wow, Light's getting pinched again.
Yeah, you
and
know?
if Liquid Echo pick up their roamer in the next pick, then Light has gotten pinched again.
Bro, JP Minnow is coming, I think.
yeah, the Minotaur coming in from JP, one of the most effective pickups that they've used in the regular season. I would say Liquid Echo would be really happy to take that pickup.
All right, Knots is on the Arlet once again. Looking at the stats, 75% win rate. Oh, RSG, they took the bait. They removed the Minnow. There's a good chance JP gets the Ruby here.
Yeah.
Unless
But the Valentina there, with the Valentina there, I wouldn't want to pick up the Ruby as much. Even though, yes, Trent say go for that. Maybe it could be something else. They could go back to the Carmilla if they want to give the Curse of Blood to the Valentina.
Yeah, especially with the Yuzong too.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good combo with the Petrify and the knockup. RSG though, like, there's a good chance they flex this Arut into Rome and then pick up a Benedetta for Knots, because it is a good matchup against a Yuzong.
You know what? With all those heroes that you mentioned, saying, I wonder if Liquid Echo would consider being one of the first teams, because I can't remember if anyone actually picked it up. No, yeah, it has been picked up. I'm saying Kufra.
Oh, I miss Kufra. The last time that I saw Kufra was in the hands of Chak
What
Mamba
the
himself,
heck?
but looks like they're going to go for Florin instead. And what is that reaction, brother?
No, I'm just like, it's surprising to me.
I mean, it's a Florian with Boxia. I think they just want to be able to sustain the damage output of the Roger. Because the thing about Roger is that he likes playing into team fights with maybe 3 to 4 heroes with low HP.
Yeah.
Florian solves that. Because like if you go in, you smell somebody, he just presses blue. And then they can reset and then go for the team fights once again.
No, but my problem with this, brother man,
There's
is
a Val on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. With all of the bans of Liquid Echo, I thought they wanted to pick up a Roman mid tandem that can actually control the middle. But then with Florin and Novaria, they'll be trying to control with folks. Yeah.
A punch for a punch. All right. Oh, there you go. The barrage.
Wow. That's a lot of crowd control coming in from RSG, similar to what they showed in game number 1. So this is going to be a crucial pickup. The Moskov, I think, is still open to take, but would you actually play Moskov in this type of lineup?
I mean, there's Barat, Paquito, and Roger. I think you want a very mobile gold laner. Moskov is mobile enough, but I think you want to be able to split push as well. Claude is up there, but also in terms of like team fighting against RSG, you also want sheer shred, which Nathan and carry allows you to do.
That's it.
So they do go for the carry. Remar was already dancing here. He knew that the carry pick was coming. The shred was what they needed, and it's also a good matchup against the Barats.
Yeah, and it's also the best pick for Benny Cutie this season. 7 wins, 1 loss.
One of the best comfort picks here for Benny Cutie. And when we look at the Barats versus carry matchup, as Midnight said, this is the actual direct counter where you kind of just want to shred these tanks. And if we look at the tanks as well on the side of RSG, there's a lot of people to shred if you're the carry.
Yeah, I just want to point out that maybe the reason why Liquid Echo didn't want to go for the anti-light strategy was because of the fact that they recognized that light might might be able to flex that Arlet into roam, which they did. So I think they really just wanted to prioritize the overall composition. But it looks good. It looks good from the side of Liquid Echo, because that now RSG, they have damage, they have crowd control, but it's not reliable enough against the carry, which I think why the Claude and carry worked in their lineup. Now you add more sustain and heal to that. You just amplify the presence of this carry with the heals.
Oh, and now we are going to enter game number 2 between Liquid Echo and RSG Philippines. Will it be the match point for the side of Liquid Echo, or will RSG ensure the game number 4? We're about to know. And speaking of the early game, are we actually going to see RSG once again go for the same aggressive maneuver, or do they have to simmer it down a bit notch?
Now, don't simmer, man. Let it boil. And Benny getting boiled in the bottom lane right now, but he's going to be able to survive. He's not going to miss out on any carts, though, it feels like.
Yeah, but Liquid Echo, they did get the carry. It's an overall good idea, but they do play it into a losing matchup. Carry, I'm going to be honest, Carry sucks against Roger. Roger owns that lane.
Oh, no! Oh, that's a solo kill. That's not how you want to start this off. Sanford, solo kill snaps in the EXP lane.
We rarely get to see that happen, and when it happens, it's big.
That is so big. They might lose out on the level 4 as well from not. This is why they would have wanted the Benedetta. At the very least, I think it's a better matchup, because Paquito, you're quite susceptible to the Petrify of the Yuzong.
Yeah, and for Paquito especially, the laning phase is such an important time if you're the Paquito. Gaining the advantage early on, having access to that early Fury Hammer could have been it if you're Nats, but suffering that early death means he will not be able to get that burst damage up online by the first turtle fight.
Yeah, unless they try to force it, but at this point, yeah, they gotta take it easy now. Funnily enough, they need to be more calculated up against the human calculator in Sanford.
Sanford,
You
yeah.
gotta find the calculations to sort of take him down a notch here, because snowballing Sanford Yuzong, that's something
Not a
Liquid
good
Echo
idea.
is very happy with. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a good idea to go up against.
Also consider that the fact of the matter is Liquid Echo right now, they have very comfortable heroes, and now it makes the keys to victory here for RSG much harder, devising a plan to contest at least a turtle away from Liquid Echo. Now that Sanford has been able to get that solo kill on XP, that is going to be crucial when it comes to momentum of this game. RSG, they do have that Roger, but you are up against a late game comp with the carry on the side of Liquid Echo. So losing this turtle is going to be huge for RSG.
Gotta agree. The first turtle usually dictates a tempo, especially if there's no big trade cross map for the other team. And at Liquid Echo right now, we are just waiting for the troubleshooting to finish. But overall, I'm saying that the early game, because of that one kill on the hands of Sanford, would mean an ensured first turtle unless something really bad happens for them.
Yeah. Looking at the lineup right now of RSG Philippines, though, they still have a lot of tools in there to turn it around and still find and build their own snowball.
Yeah.
It's not a complete loss just yet. Like, yes, I agree with Midnight saying that the first turtle, if they lose it, so important, and it's a loss, but it's not a massive loss. They
Yeah.
can still find a win elsewhere if they did decide to trade the next turtle or force a fight where Liquid Echo aren't expecting it.
Yeah, it's like, imagine this game, there's a room for error for RSG. Losing the turtle doesn't mean that they lose the game.
That's
but
true.
It makes the game that much harder. But I just want to say, like, the camera got a glimpse of it. Did you see those liquid jackets though?
Oh man,
Those are
one.
fire. I know they're liquid, but those jackets are fire.
That's true. When are they going to be sold here in the Philippines? We asked already the merch booth out.
Yeah, they don't
I
have
think
it
out
yet.
of the venue, but not yet. They're not going to sell it just yet.
Maybe
and
in
for
Riyadh.
our viewers out there watching the English broadcast right now who are in the Philippines, if you ever go to Las Piñas City here in SM South Mall, we are live in the events hall in the third floor.
Brigida?
And if you wanna, yeah, that's Brigida. And if you wanna watch MPL, you could actually go to the community hub right next
Oh,
to
yeah,
our
you're
venue.
right.
No tickets needed. The community is over there, but if you do have tickets to secure, you could enter the Champions Arena
goes
and
the
enjoy MPL with us as we go back to the land of Dawn. Very slow game so far after that one big kill in XP.
Oh, Demon Kite.
A little bit more calculated now are these two with the first turtle of the game coming up here. No clear advantage of the EX lane just yet.
Oh my goodness, the freeze. He might not be able to get a cannon.
Yeah, they're trying to stop him from that. Hussein Light. Oh, Romer is actually protecting their gold laners right now. So it's a 2-1-2 across the map. Turtle is up. It looks good for Liquid Echo.
Oh, the turn.
Yeah.
They're just making sure that Nats is not having a good time
he's
in
not.
the XP lane.
He's not even level 4 yet. There's going to be no contention here from RSG
Unless-
Philippines. Unless Demon Kai, just look at him. Come on, man. There's a dragon coming towards you, and you're really going to stay there. Here comes Aqua, though, in an off angle to try and get close enough. No, it will not be caught.
Oh, the Valve?
Turtle. Demon Kai taking a lot of damage. Stanford going in. He takes
No way!
A massive one from the Yutong.
No
The Aqua
way!
goes down. Stanford survives. 2 down for
Nuts!
RSGPH, but Nats finds the Yusong. He gets one back. Here comes RSGPH with their own clapback. Carl Teasy trying to survive,
Double
trying
knockup.
to hold on. The knockup
Oh.
and Light will fall. Carl Teasy does not. What a counter
Sanji.
by Liquid Echo.
So many things happened in that entire sequence, but who won the trade?
It's Liquid Echo for sure. You see, whenever Liquid Echo are on Comfort Heroes, they just constantly make plays. Sanford, after that Petrify onto the Barats, they did enough damage for the Yuzong to fall, but what he did there was make sure that if ever he dies, he deals enough damage to the heroes on the side of RSG so that Liquid Echo can still continue to fight.
And so far, Liquid Echo with a 1.5k gold lead. The XP lane coming in from RSG. I do feel like he kind of got a bit of gold with those kills, or a kill that he did get in that entire trade up. But look at that. Damage coming in from Nats, and that's just a Fury Hammer. It's just a Fury Hammer.
It's a 1-level lead here for Sanford. But Nats, it's sort of like he gave him a heat check. I got a kill on you earlier. The lead of yours isn't that massive. I can still take down 50% of your health with one combo.
Yeah, I mean, he did take down the Yuzong earlier, but again, Liquid Echo, they do have the gold lane at their side, the gold lead at the side right now. But remember, they are on a carry. They have to wait for the late game. RSG, they have a Roger. Mid game is everything for the Raiders.
That's a big 4v1. Kusei, can he find the key to get away? Carl TZ is able to stun him down. He uses the flicker to get away. Here comes Aqua, but he's going to be near the other 3 members of Liquid Echo. Here comes Light as well, and now Liquid Echo have been sent back.
But that means a lot of plating gold going into the hands of Benikuti. 170G to be exact. Now Turtle will be reset. Liquid Echo and RSG trying to fight for control here.
Yeah, playing a game of chicken around this Turtle. Already a Hunter Strike there for Sanford, but he's not here. 4 versus 4.
Carl.
Liquid Echo is not able to get it, but Light with a final slash. Nom 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 nom. Carl TZ tastes delicioso for Demon Kite, and Carl TZ will fall down. Kusei gets the kill.
2 Turtles down for the side of Liquid Echo, but looks like kills are starting to fall down as well for RSG.
JP tastes damage while Kusei tastes the sweetness of
Kusei?
another
Kusei?
kill, but he survives even though he pounced under the tower.
Damn, again, the clapbacks are coming from both sides. RSG, they lost that Turtle from an amazing retry on Carl Thezy with the final slash that Light did onto Liquid Echo. They were able to get the jungler on the side of the cavalry.
And RSG, they're slowly trimming down the lead of Liquid Echo here from 1-5 all the way to 1-2. Still a 300 gold deficit. That is good for RSG. They're slowly chipping it down. And looking at the items right now, what do you think is the most interesting bit here?
I mean, if you look at the carry, he's still farming up on the side of Liquid Echo. The gold lead is still on their side. Even though RSG, they're winning the trades, they're starting to rack up the momentum. The point of a worry here for RSG is that, is it enough? Are we close enough to close the gap or the momentum the Liquid Echo can make heading straight towards the late game? Because at this point, yeah, sure, you're getting these kills, but we're not getting objectives.
But this might just be a big fight here down bottom lane. Carl TC looks to be the first target. No final slash will land though. Big ultimates popped.
All right, so both of them back off now, going back into their respective jungles. Good read.
Oh, Sanford?
Up top, a duel. Sanford will get a little bit of a spell vamp onto there, but he should be okay. No clear advantage just yet, but I like the positioning right now of Liquid Echo around the center of the map. They understand and have read the rotations of RSG Philippines really
Oh,
well.
Aqua.
Aqua will get spotted out here. He has the ultimate of the Novaria. His flicker available for him, but he's not going to use it.
Final turtle of the game.
1,144 was the damage he took. Valentina will not be here unless will he try.
Sanford.
Here comes the Astral Echo, and Astral Echo as well. That's going to be a
Petrify!
onto the
Wow!
Petrify by Sanford. Final slash by Light. Sanford chasing Kusei. Kusei brought back. Liquid Echo have a good position. But Demon Kite is the king of that turtle. He gets it for RSG Philippines.
Three-man Petrify coming in from Sanford, but Demon Kite still able to secure the last turtle of the
Carl.
game, and that puts the score 2-1 in terms of turtles secured in the game. Still very much close.
Dude, the answers keep on coming from both sides. Sanford, he saw that the Barats already committed the Daytona's welcome. The Petrify on the backside made sure that RSG was not able to fight. But Demon Kite answers back with an amazing retribution. The turtle steal away from Liquid Echo.
But as time marches on in this game, even if the gold dwindles down back to 0, Liquid Echo is still scaling really well with his Florin and carry. What could RSG do as we approach the mid-game mark?
More stuff like this, be aggressive, but that's final slash of the 2, but Demon Cat is actually not going to land with the death as welcome, and here comes Liquid Echo chasing the back, and Kusei will fall, a punishment by Liquid Echo. Demon Cat could be up next on the chopping block, and that Barretts falls, killed by the Florin. What did I just see? Ness gets away, but he's getting chased. A win for Liquid Echo.
But here comes the Wheel of Fortune, Nats.
cavalry.
Can you punch away? Carl Teasey's right in front of you.
Sanford and Carl Teasey spots the Paquito and burst him down. The big win has turned into a massive lead for Liquid Echo.
Even with that alone, you saw how committed Liquid Echo are, and just the micro mechanics waiting for a little bit just to make sure that the space between the Yuzong and the Paquito is covered to land the layered stun from the Basha and the Petrify. But also keep in mind, this is Liquid Echo's momentum right now. The carry is leading by 1,000 gold over the Roger, and ladies and gents, we're now entering late game.
Daytona's welcome an inch away from securing a target early on, but with that, closing the gap instead, Liquid Echo, now with a 3k gold lead, might be able to secure this Lord as well. Is this contestable for RSG?
Oh, definitely so.
You have to. You sort of have to. You don't have any other choice. Maybe look for a kill on Benecutie, on Sanji. It has to be something else aside from the Lord. But looking at the gold, the damage difference, look at this.
Look at the mid.
The Novaria, I mean, it's a Novaria, but at this point, you have 2 scaling heroes on the side of Liquid Echo.
Yeah.
If you're RSG, if you want to contest this Lord, you look at different options. It shouldn't just be the 50-50 or the crowd controls on the Carl TZ. You have to look for a pick-off.
And it's really awkward here for Kusei because finding a target at low HP will be really rare as the Florin scales up as well. Lord already half HP here. Liquid Echo, will they continue or will they bait it out?
This for Liquid Echo. Oh, 4-man Astral Echo. Might have stopped the blast there. Sanford she jumps onto Kusei. A knockup by the Lord, who's actually going to be able to win this line. Is going to be brought down. He gets taken out. Demon Guy getting chased now. He's able to use the Cyclone 9 to dash away, and in the Lord pit, Carl TZ gets it.
And Knots goes in for the turret trade instead, but still gets it in the mid lane. 1 turret for the Lord.
RSG, they got their hands on the Arlet, but it's not a Nuts. But Liquid Echo, they got their hands on the Yuzong, on Sanford, that Petrify on the backside against the Roger, making sure that Kusei is not able to join that fight. Well, Benecutie was just free hitting on the front lines. Liquid Echo has that Lord controlled down to the smallest detail.
Liquid Echo Sansan duo really doing it right this time around, both on their signature pickups for this season. On the Novaria and the Yuzong, you could say that Sanji brings the stars and Sanford brings the scars.
Liquid Echo, they're going to look to deal more wounds onto RSG Philippines. The Knights to mid 5. Can they play the board of RSG Philippines? And they are taking down turrets, pushing into the Raiders zone.
And right now, they're still cooking up this big push. All 3 waves, but 1 is being cut here by the Paquito. A potential 4v5 team fight about to happen in the base of RSG Philippines as the Lord pushes down. And take note, this is a level 1 Lord, so this might just be easily defended.
Oh, another Astral Echo landed there by Sanji. The Dragon going in, really zoning out right behind the turret, and now Liquid Echo are going to try to take the turret down, but Sanford but a final slash! Light! The light at the end of the tunnel has been spotted by RSG Philippines. That is 1, 2, 3 down on the side of Liquid Echo.
They find that the one possibility where they defend the base, and they even get 3.
The counter engage was bigger on the side of RSG. Petrify as much as you want, but the final slash hitting 4 heroes on the side of Liquid PH allowed the Roger to just jump in and not have a care in the world. Because Liquid and Echo, guess what? They were busy trying to back off.
And that trims the lead back to 2.5. Liquid Echo, they did get 1 inhibitor turret, and I think in terms of position, it's actually really good for them because it's away from the Lord.
Yeah, you know what that looked like? Liquid Echo desperate to take that tower down because they were trying to get Sanford out. He didn't even use a flicker light. He just concealed and was at the perfect angle to slash back.
Look at that. Oh,
3
baby.
members.
Last time I saw this was MPL Season 10. RSG was up against Blacklist International. Light found an amazing and creative angle with the Numinal Blast. This is exactly the same thing. He looped back towards the mid, walked outside of the base, and landed that final slash. If you were Liquid Echo, you wouldn't expect that play.
And best part, he didn't even use the flicker.
Yeah. And that's signature Light, right? Finding those weird angles, setting up those plays.
That's why he's a Light. He sees everything. He sees all the plays.
The possibilities.
And Liquid now starting the 3rd Lord of this game. Still the Luminous Lord, rather, the 2nd Lord of the game. And Liquid sees all 4, but Conceal is used as well.
All right, the Conceal to find out Icon falls. He gets final slash into the death of his wall jump there, but Demon Cannon's going to take a lot of damage. He falls. Liquid Echo, it looks really good for them. Kusei
Benny!
it down by Sanford. Benny Cutie with the damage onto Aqua. That's a knockup from the Yuzong onto Kusei. A massive collapse and a breakdown of RSG Philippines by the Cavalry.
They did not expect the damage coming in from the carry.
The angle was right for Light. Unfortunately, the damage, the shred was there from Benny Cutie. Again, this is why they took the carry against the Barats. RSG cannot stand their ground at the moment, and Liquid Echo, they're going inside the base.
This looks endable. Might be the goal for Liquid Echo. Nas and Light trying to hold on. Light taking a lot of damage. He gets taken down by Sanford. But look at Nas dishing out the combos to clear up the minion waves. Not yet endable, but the Lord is coming down bottom.
That's 2 inhibitors down for the side of RSG Philippines as Liquid Echo goes in for the remaining inhibitor turret up top. We have the Luminous Lord marching down bottom lane in a huge mid lane wave as well, being cleared by RSG.
No need to rush. They have a carry, but Liquid Echo now is marching with the Lord.
Here comes the Dragon, the Astral Echo as well. They're just throwing bodies into RSG. That's going to be a bite down of the death, and as welcome. And Liquid Echo are still not escaping this. They are holding on. They say they want to end. Carl brought low. Nas as well. Here comes Slide. There's the final slash.
Benny!
He won't land it. Benny Cutie's still alive. They're going to be focusing on the base, and the base falls down. It's match point for Liquid Echo.
2-0. The momentum is rode by the Cavalry.
The systematic approach, the express, the highlights, everything was there from the side of Liquid Echo. They did not forget who they are. The identity, the play is still there. And the level of comfort as well with this lineup. Draft does not matter for them at this point, honestly.
The aggression.
None other than Carlito Carltisi. Si Carlito Grabe gumawa ng tempo.
Young GOAT. Di ba?
Oo.
Knows his job. Gets the job done. Ganun lang simple.
At dito natin nakikita talaga yung maturity ni Carl coming into Season 13. May mga times na nagkakaroon siya ng problema into these utility junglers. Pero I would say na ito talaga yung pinaka-breakout season ni Carl sa paggamit nitong mga utility junglers na to.
Grabe na yung mastery and paggamit niya. Pag-utilize siya ng mga utility junglers na hindi na siya yung bida talaga ngayon eh. Pero nag-stand out pa din siya dahil Carl pa din eh.
Oo. At
Yun na din eh.
dito natin nakikita na kapag tinulungan mo talaga si Carl na makuha ang kanyang early game pacing, hindi siya nagulo. He does so much para doon sa mga tao sa lane. At kung titignan mo si Sanford dito, Hindi lang pala si Nuts yung kaaway niya, pati yung upuan.
Galit din sa upuan eh.
Galit din sa
Pinapakita
upuan.
na-
And nakikita naman kasi natin na talagang napakaganda ng performance niya dito sa larong ito, game number 2.
Sanford talaga, pinapakita niya kung paano gamitin yung Yusong eh. Paano nang si seminar pa nga eh, kung titignan mo ng maigi. Ginagawa niya yung trabaho niya, nang-zone siya, nang-damage siya. Lahat ginagawa niya bilang Yusong player. And that's something na we should consider.
Oh, it's something that we should consider kung kayo ay naglalaro ng Yuzong. At dahil nga doon sa mga tempo na nagawa, these plays became possible. But then again, hindi naman tayo kasi natapos lang na hindi naman sumagot ang RSG. Nakita din naman natin si Light na gumawa din siya ng play ng sarili niya. But at the end of the day, it was just so much pressure dito sa side ng Team Liquid Echo at hindi na kinaya ng RSG Coach Dap.
Grabe yung synchronization nila as a team. Doon mo makita na sobrang ready ng Team Liquid Echo ngayon na to give their all. And lahat ng initiation nila, kitang-kita na talagang sila ready, yung RSG, nagsiset up pa lang.
At nakikita naman talaga natin na hype ang mga members dito ng side ng Team Liquid Echo. And I have to say, na may nabanggit ka sa akin kanina dito, something about Benny Cutie at ang ginagamit niyang emblem. Pwede mo ba pasadahan yon, Coach?
Something na kay Bene Cutie lang namin nakita is yung paggamit ng basic common sa Marksman. Parang hindi niya pinapabilis pero sinusustain niya yung lane. So parang hindi na siya nagiging pabigat sa team niya, nagagawa niya yung trabaho niya. Pero in this case, may kasama siyang Florin. Parang mas ginawa nila both yung pareho nilang trabaho and hindi din nagiging pabigat yung Marksman. Kasi alam natin sa meta ngayon, yung Marksman yung medyo mabigat. Pero kung emblem mo ganun, hindi ka nagdodoro ng resources ng kampi mo, stable ka lang.
Kumbaga, ito yung klase ng marksman play na hindi ka gaano isipin. Hindi ka dadalawan, hindi ka priority. Well, masakit na hindi ka priority, pero ang sinasabi lang natin dito, hindi ka priority dalawan at pwedeng pumunta sa ibang lane. Katulad nila Sanford na nakakapag-pressure pa sila ng todo-todo. Kaya naman ang naging main target dito is si Demon Kite onto that Barats. Kung titignan mo yung itemization ni Demon Kite dito, tama naman eh. Wala namang maling nangyari. It just so happened that yan talaga kasi limitation sa isang Barats kung tutuusin. Talagang limited to one ang pwede mo kontrolin.
And gusto ko lang din i-highlight yung kay JP dito na may yung early game immortality niya. Sobrang laking factor nun kasi ikaw yung uhulihin. Pero kung yung uhulihin mo, like kung ikaw si Light, huhulihin mo yung may immortality na Florid, magdadalawang isip kayo, i-commit mo ba yung flicker ulti mo or hindi mo go yung Florid? Kasi pag di mo naman ginawa yung Florid, mag-heal lang din siya.
And now, looking at your screens, dahil nga naman sa basic common emblem na ginawa ni Benny Cutie, na-set up niya yung sarili niya in terms of damage dealt, GPM, and all that. Kung titignan natin ngayon in terms of damage dealt, as you can see, si Nats, ganito talaga yung playstyle niya. He will try to find as much damage as possible, deal as much damage as possible. Pero kasi si Benny, si Sanford, at si Sanji, nagawa nila lahat ng damage na to nang walang kahirap-hirap.
So, and kay Sanji din super consistent din niya. Sipin mo, game 1, game 2, halos mirror yung performance niya. And then that's a caliber of player na MPLPH lang yung meron.
Ngayon, kung tutuusin natin, kung titignan natin dito in terms of GPM, this is self-explanatory. Dahil nga naman, napakaganda ng progress ng buong game para side ng Team Liquid Echo. Eh talaga namang sa kanila mapupunta yung GPM. I would really like to commend for you, alam mo yon, commend you for pointing out na basic common emblem lagi ang gamit ni Benny Cutie. You don't really see that as much. Pero kung tutuusin, ang meta kasi ngayon, coach, scaling eh.
If you're the Barats, it doesn't feel good that it is, the matchup that you are in.
Yeah. And now we're entering the drafting phase. First few bans already locked in, taking away a lot of mid laners and the Arlet. That is the strategy for Liquid Echo, and immediately the Fredrin is picked up.
Really?
What we say,
They give Chessman the Fredrin man.
Yeah.
could never go wrong with the Fredrin.
You can never go wrong with the Predator. Also, same bans for both sides. And I do feel like RSG, they have to get the Moskov and Edith here, honestly. Edith just provides a lot. flex on XP, and also gives Light the potential to take the Edith roam. Moskov, of course, being one of the best gold laners in the current patch, but they go for the same thing with the Yuzong, but this time they stole the Novaria.
They steal away the Sansan duo special, taking away the Novaria as well, but this means that in terms of crowd control, Liquid Echo might just be able to pick up the Edith.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if that happens. Like Edith and then Val for Liquid Echo. Again, secure the ability of Liquid Echo to make sure that Light does not get the hero that he wants, and also quite possibly get a matchup in the mid lane that is decent, but also you have the capability of just stealing the Black Dragon form of the Yuzong. But instead of the Edith, they go with the Minnow. So this time, RSG, they have a choice. They have a choice to make. Do they take the Edith?
This is a comfort pickup coming in from JP. This Minotaur has been one of his best pickups in the regular season and is still rocking it in the playoffs. Once again, it's already match point for Liquid Echo, which means if they're able to secure this game, they're going to be sitting pretty in the upper bracket. Meanwhile, RSG will be sent down below, fighting other people. But what will be the last pick here for the side of RSG?
I mean,
Finally,
maybe
please,
against the Edith.
Please, Edith.
And also, the thing that you were mentioning... There you go! Edith!
Yeah, I love
For
this.
RSG.
And I think a lot of people tend to forget the damage coming in from Primal Wrath.
Yeah.
The damage from this Edith, especially from the passive, is percentage health damage.
And keep in mind, the reason why Edith started popping out in the current meta, it's because of the change with the armors of these heroes. They got a buff, even though some of these items were nerfed. Edith, in early to mid, still deal higher damage compared to the old Edith.
Wow, then honestly, that's insane when we talk about early game numbers, because old Edith was already dealing a lot of damage, and now new Edith apparently deals more damage. Wow.
She is old, though. She's like 1,000
is.
years.
She's 1,000 years old.
She's,
you know?
she
Her
might be
damage
our
does hurt.
ancestor.
She might look young, but she's really old.
She is.
I mean, there's a lot of heroes in ML that are old, but are quite, you know, child looking.
Now, I bet Nana's like 100 years old or something. You know?
No, I think... I don't even want to say
Val's
that
old.
anymore. Huh?
Val's old. Valentina's old.
Oh yeah, Valentina's old. You
Val's
know,
legit like 1,000 years
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
She's
it's still the
eons,
same
bro.
lore, but ain't Valentina Gushin and Amon's auntie or something?
Wow.
What's up, auntie? Looks like Carl Teasy taking in the Fredrin. 75% win rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, why did he give this pick to this dude?
Well,
Yeah,
to be
exactly,
fair,
that's...
their first pick. So,
That's true.
He's only played... Huh. All right, because they keep batting it. 3
Yeah.
wins and 1 loss this
Yeah.
season for Carl Teasy on the Fredrin.
again, to be fair, if you're RSG, it's not that they're letting Carl play the Fredrin, but it's also them, we're trying to get Fredrin, bro.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the Fredrin.
While I'm looking at the draft here of Liquid Echo,
Ah.
I can't imagine a lot of picks that will actually
They
take
got
the,
baited.
take the Edith down fast enough.
They got baited. Oh my goodness, they got baited.
Wait a minute, is
That's a
that
Bennett, that's a
Kali?
Bennett, that's a Bennett.
It's a
That's
Bennett,
a Bennett.
it's a Bennett.
They
It's a
banned,
Vendetta.
they banned an Atan. They forced the Roger on the side of RSG because you don't want to be losing out on a better gold lane. But now they pick up the Moskov. There's nothing against this Moskov, by the way.
Yeah, and just for the for clarity's sake, as you guys said, it is a Benedetta with the Moskov here. A Moskov versus the Roger. In terms of pure stats, are we talking a Roger win here in the laning phase, or
Hell no.
is it still going to be a Moskov?
It definitely is going to be the Moskov, but the thing is, Roger has the highest chance of maybe leveling out the Moskov capability. But the one thing is for certain, like RSG, they need to play around the Roger heavily in this game. But speaking about like the Moskov alone, that's why the Moskov and the Benedetta make sense, because now you look at RSG, as much as they want to fight, they need to group up. But with Liquid Echo, they have the choice of just splitting all throughout this game.
And this time around, the Novaria coming in here from Aqua has to stay where way back, I would say. The Benedetta is insane backline access. This is already match point for Liquid Echo. They are able to secure a win in this game number 3. We might just see our next series early on, but as others would say, the Raiders would never really back down. So I'm expecting a potential game 4 here.
Yeah, and I like how Midnight mentioned the split pushing capabilities of Liquid Echo in this matchup, because in the lineup of RSG Philippines, again, I'm still leaning towards the idea of if Liquid Echo try to take the fight honestly, they're not going to be able to take that Edith down fast enough, and the Edith is just going to surprise Liquid Echo. But if Liquid Echo continue play this as if, all right, we'll come from unexpected angles, we'll split the map, we won't show ourselves so easily to RSG Philippines, then it's going to be good for Liquid Echo.
Name of the game here for RSG is brute force their win against Liquid Echo. They need to make sure that they fight constantly and get these advantages utilized.
And
but come late game, it is going to be hard for RSG to deal with the split push of the Bene and the Moscow.
I already said it as well. The early game is the name of the game here for RSG. You have the Edith, you have the Roger, you have the Yuzong. So many tools to use to secure that potential snowball. And for Liquid Echo, if this game goes past 15 minutes, as you said, Midnight, a split push coming in from Benny and Sanford will be insane.
Not good for Gusei. Is he going to be able to get away? The answer might be yes. Yay, he does.
He does.
Fortunately for him, is a Moscow level 1, so
Yeah,
it's not a
it
biggest
is.
of threat. Like a Brody, you know, it's still a Moscow, but this makes sure that this ensures Liquid Echoes win on the gold lane.
Yeah, I just realized how garbage of a gold laner I am, because if that was me, I would have used that Purify, dash into the wall,
Same.
died.
The moment I see another person in my gold lane, I'm going to press that Purify faster than, I don't know, kids running. I'm not sure. What else is fast?
An F1 car.
An F1 car. And maybe the early game tempo coming in from RSG as well.
Maybe me trying to run away from a Barat. I don't know.
Dude, you have arthritis.
Oh,
can
yeah,
barely
That's not
run.
really. You can barely walk.
I mean, thank you for reminding me, but yeah, sure.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
wait,
let-
the spot.
he misses the onward flicker and he gets knocked up and he looks like he might get punished here. Liquid Echo will find the Edith
Ooh, that's a big
running
whoops.
away.
It's a big whoopsie.
That is such a, I would say an unforced error, but very
Sanford, though.
rare coming in from Long.
Already used the Petrify and he gets eaten up by the Barretts. This
Not-
looks good for RSG.
Knots this time around comes in as a Yuzong against Sanford. Now you know how it feels. Now you know how it feels.
Now it's combo onto JP. Forces him back. Karl Easy close enough here for the Retribution. For the
Petrify.
Petrify, he stunts it up. All the crowd control onto that Frederick who's going to win it still. The young goat gets it. JP with a knockup with a big Minoan Fury onto Light the Demon Kind. Sanji chasing after Aqua Bang. As the Valentina cosplaying as the Yuzong. Here comes Sanji. Sanford as well. Electro final blow. Backs off.
And the tempo coming in from Liquid Echo is just insane. We talked about the early game pressure from RSG, but Echo is just playing with it as well.
Unlike game number 1, RSG found the trade even though they lost Turtle. Here, Liquid Echo gets the Turtle, steals it away from Demon Kite, and gets a kill in the mid lane.
There's something that I've been seeing from the Philippine players lately. I sensed it in the final weeks of the regular season, and especially after day 1 of playoffs. We're fighting way more. We're trading way more.
Hey man, I love to see a lot of actions. And looks like Sanford will be able to escape that 1v1 scenario. Overall, what brings this aggressive early game to our meta game right now?
Oh, Carl. We'll get back to that. But JP and Karl TZ able to protect that orange buff.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of brawling meta heroes in the current meta. Like the Edith, the Yuzong, the Terizla. These are all brawlers. And as much as possible, you want to be able to utilize these heroes' strengths. Fortunately for them, most heroes that came into the meta are early game to mid game heroes.
Oh, Sanford and Sanji under the base. Sansa and Duo trying to take down that Yuzong.
Oh,
Sanji
no.
does a lot of damage. He got way too greedy, Sanji. A kill for Nas.
And way across mid lane, Aqua with the Star Shatter. And look at all those carts. If I were a gold laner, I'd be smiling, but nuts. A lot of damage from that eye for an eye.
Yeah, but it's actually Sanford under the turret right now. 3 members of RSGPH up top. Karl TZ's here.
And overall, looks like the next turtle will be something that both teams will be fighting for.
Oh, yes.
Liquid already securing their first turtle of the game. Looks like they're not going to shy away from the second as well. Karl TZ starting it with his Fredrin here, and JP guarding the perimeter as well.
Yeah, no Black Dragon form here for RGPH. Sanford already using the Electro final blow. And they're trying to wait. No, they're not going to get anything. Without a Black Dragon form on that Yuzong, RSGPH will not take that fight.
Yeah, this is the methodical approach from RSG. This is why systems are very important. You don't have that macro ability to steal the turtle away from Liquid Echo. You just give it up. But again, Liquid Echo, they're just getting away with these small wins. And do keep in mind, RSG has a window to work with here.
Oh,
until
no.
the point- hold on,
Carl
not-
Teasy gets gobbled up. Here comes JP for the assist, but no one Fury. Is he going to be able to help out his jungler to get away? Carl Teasy, the turnaround, but Carl Teasy gets taken out. Jungler for jungler trade for both of these teams.
What could have been a clean take coming in from RSG. Big counterplay, big Appraiser's
Yeah.
Wrath from the young goat.
Again, these
the
windows,
mid.
the RSG need light. They're not done yet, though.
Okay, Nats, is he going to dive it? No, he won't. So calculated, again, as you mentioned, still is RSG.
So far in the gold lane, just a little bit of poking coming in from Benny and Kusei. But JP is
Oh,
already
Benny,
there.
Benny, woo!
Okay, it takes a lot of damage.
That's a big question mark.
Oh, now 2v1, Sanford and Sanji, can they actually handle the Black Dragon form? Here come the Dance of Dragons, as Sanji will fly away. Nats just sending back the members of Liquid Echo. I like his flight path. His flight path actually told Liquid Echo to back off. Moskov, he hits the Spear of Destruction,
Oh, Benny!
but he gets knocked up.
Benny!
It's a big outplay by Nats of the Benny Cutie, and Benny Cutie gets punished.
In the wrong place, in the wrong time. Crucial pickoff coming in from RSG Philippines. They take away Benny Cutie.
That's two big question marks in a row now
Yeah.
for Benny Cutie. Liquid Echo, they were already running away with it. The momentum was not there for RSG. Liquid Echo, all they had to do was wait for the proper timing till the Moskov can actually come into these fights. Now RSG, they have killed down the Moskov, made the window much bigger for them, and do keep in mind they have a Roger. This guy snowballs out of control.
Yeah, and the glimmers for RSG is starting to become bigger and bigger. If for Demon Kite and the gang, they're going to start this turtle. 2 turtles already went to the hands of Liquid Echo here. The RSG looks like they want to take a piece of the pie as well.
Oh, Carl Teasy able to dash away from that missile expert. Astral Echo sees the 3 members of Liquid Echo. This looks really good for RSG Philippines. Snap zoning out Sanji. Sanford! And Sanji gets the punish they use up, but the Novaria! Aqua actually going to be able to get the last hit of the turtle while the members of RSG Philippines try to run away, but there's no minion wave in the mid, so Liquid Echo cannot find a fight.
A kill on Nats. Was that worth it?
Oh, for sure. Definitely for Liquid Echo, because they weren't ready really to contest that Lord. But again, I just want to point out, both junglers had the right idea. They retreat way before the retreat range because they knew the Novaria would just slap a Star Shutter under that. Carl Teasy, he was steps ahead, but unfortunately the damage also was already done by Aqua and Demon Kite. That layering was perfect from the Novaria and the Barats.
Kusei's really low here, and Liquid Echo are applying the pressure onto the bottom lane to send back the gold laner of RSG Philippines. Light! With an Earth Shatter knockup, but the entry coming in
Benny!
from the members of Liquid Echo. They try to chase. Light is out, but they're still fighting. Electro final blow. The Dancing Dragon. Carl Teasy low.
Petrify!
3-man Petrify. He's still chasing. He gets punished. 2 members of RSG down while Sanford falls for Liquid Echo. But Benny Cutie finds the Spear of Destruction onto Demon Kite.
Insane map reading from Benny.
This is the Moscow problem that we have been talking about. He is a gold laner that can split, can join fights, and now Liquid Echo, they are online at the moment with Benny Cutie dealing so much damage. Oh, JP though.
JP taking a lot of damage. He's gonna get scratched up by the members of RSG Philippines, and Liquid Echo couldn't even take that tower down in bot.
30 seconds before the first Lord of the game, and Liquid Echo finally ahead by almost 1k here. RSG has been holding on that 1k lead for the longest time. Is it actually the time for the Cavalry to march on this first Lord, or do they have to take this slower?
I mean, both teams would have to take it slow, but the big question for RSG here is how big is the window at the moment? Because currently, the Moskov is near the Trinity. The Corrosion, the DHS, and of course the Golden Staff is almost complete on Benny Cutie. Once you have that on the Moskov, he just destroys, shreds the heroes on the side of RSG.
It's so hard to catch as well, especially with the pure
Light!
Bible.
Light with an alley-oop there for RGPH. Are they going to be able to take Sanji down? He uses the ultimate as a Roger and changes forms to be able to jump away. But
smart.
this Valentina is brought down low. This is still advantage somewhat for RSG Philippines.
Astral Echo still not used here. 3/4 HP on this
Benny.
Lord take. Benny Cutie going in for the burst down. Half HP on the Lord.
Liquid Echo, it looks good for them to contest this even deeper, even
Nice.
though their Valentina took a lot of damage. Kusei trying to find the right angle. Here comes the Black Dragon 4, but the Detonus welcome onto a member of Liquid Echo. JP brought down really low. Who's gonna get it? Sanford! Take down Kusei, but Demon Kite
Benny.
gets the retribution, and RSG Philippines are crumbling one by one. Benny Cutie, Spear of Destruction into the dash. Finds the kill onto Nams, and Liquid Echo will push down mid, but RSG Philippines got the Lord.
3 kills down, and looks like they're not going to be able to use this Lord.
Oh my goodness, Liquid Echo, the sacrifice from JP using the Minoan's Fury forces out the Detonus Welcome, not with the Black Dragon form going on the backside, but the Purify was there from Benny Cutie, and he danced around that team fight. Nobody was able to touch the Moskov of Liquid Echo.
And I gotta say, Sanford in that entire sequence was doing the same thing that he did in game number 2. Whenever he saw Kusei, he saw an opportunity to get a kill.
Look at this, the split pressure from Liquid Echo.
Oh,
Sanford just came from the bottom lane, by the
Carl
way.
used the retribution because they know they have a
Sanford!
Black Echo going with the Electro final blow, but miscommunication with the members of Liquid Echo. It's only Sanford. It's only Sanford. He falls. JP with a big Minoan Fury onto 3. Demon Cat Kusei live. That's 1. That's 2. Will it be 3?
Oh, one more! One more!
And the spear lands from Benny Cutie. Liquid Echo now ahead by 2K.
We say it's miscommunication. Liquid Echo says it's timing. We're waiting for the proper moment to go in, and RSG, they lost 4 heroes on the back of that skirmish. And Liquid Echo, again, this is the scary part of their game when Benny Cutie hits all the marks and has now all the items that he needs.
Liquid Echo with a 3K gold lead might just be able to buy themselves even more time or even more turrets if they find the opportunities. RSG, what's the win condition left? If you're a Raider, what else do you have to do?
They got to find this Moscow. Honestly, they have to work out. They have to make up a solution against Benny Cutie. Maybe force the Purify with the Black Dragon form, and Light with the Flicker could potentially set up Benny Cutie. But you also have to worry about the damage. Is it enough? Because as of the moment, Benny Cutie is almost near the completion of the Wind of Nature.
And this Wind of Nature is going to be crucial in protecting himself against that Kusei Roger, and of course the Yuzong as well. Overall, Liquid Echo is looking to have the tools that they need to sweep
There you go.
RSG.
There you go. 300 more gold, I think. No, never mind. He already has it.
Yeah, he just built it up. And Liquid Echo, seeing how Benny Cutie, even after, despite the couple of errors that he got early on here with this Moskov, I feel like my question is answered. Why did we see a lot of Roger in day 1? Yes, because people are picking Moskov instead.
That's true.
This guy just wins every matchup there is in the current meta of MLBB, and Benny Cutie now is three times at least more harder to kill for RSG.
Carl TZ finds Light. Look at Benny Cutie, free hitting, and JP
wow.
with the Minoan Fury. The Edith falls. This is bad news for the Raiders as the Cavalry have their eyes set on the Lord.
Edith killed in the coffin herself. And 3K gold lead in the hands of Liquid, already starting this Lord fairly fast. It might be free as well.
It will be. RSGPH can just watch. And now they have to try and hold on and defend.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're defending for what? Because now Liquid Echo, they have late game, but they're also late game comp.
That's true. Light not even being able to use the Primal Wrath is a big problem here for RSG. The damage that they expect will come from the Edith, they cannot feel it at all.
Yeah, and also the difference with the damage output versus the heals being done by both roamers. They have an Edith on the side of RSG, which means no heals for his teammates. All the while, for Liquid Echo, it's still the same idea with the Florin. You have a roam that can heal up the damage from the enemy side so that the Roger does not work that efficiently.
And the best part, your healer has crowd control too. It's one of the main reasons why this Minotaur is such a great pick in the roam right now. And for RSG, they have to find the right targets. And as you guys said, they have to find Benny Cutie.
Will they find the target? Will they hit the mark? That Star Shatter doesn't, but Liquid Echo have hit the
They're in.
turret up top. Light already forced to use the ultimate. No one Fury. Light falls down. No more roamer for RSG Philippines. Liquid Echo still needs to take down the turret of the mid lane. Nas already down from the Black Dragon form. Lord has been taken out. Liquid Echo still have a 5
take
vs 4
everything.
advantage. Benikuni focusing on the turret. Kusei goes down. Godlike for Sanji. They have the advantage. They have the chance. And for the first time, we can say, but Benikuni takes down himself, but Liquid Echo takes down RSG. The Cavalry have made their first big mark in the Philippines.
One more step for Liquid Echo. One match away from booking their ticket to Riyadh.
And just like that, Liquid Echo cementing dominance already in the playoffs with a sweep against the Raiders. And
Natin, na-reveal na to kanina, it's none other than Benny QT. And the fact remains the same. Basic common emblem. Kapag ka Benny QT ang marksman, basic
Basic
common
common.
emblem. Bakit nga ba, Coach? Ano nga ba tong basic common emblem na to? At dikit na dikit si Benny.
So, adaptive strike, tas regen, tas sama mo pa ng dalawang defensive emblem, tapos sustain na fleet footwork. Sustain, ano talaga, kumbaga, hindi ka na mahirapan sa lane, hindi mo na kailangan gumastos na ek ng pang leg plates, hindi mo na kailangan gumastos. Pwede ka na mag-recta item, gawin mo yung magagawa mo yung trabaho mas maaga, hindi ka pa pabigat sa team, may sibat ka pa.
Tama yung sinabi mo dito, Coach, kasi kung papanoorin natin yung game, or actually panoorin natin yung series, mapapansin mo na lahat ng aggression na ginawa ng RSG at ng Liquid Echo naganap sa may XP lane. At kung hindi naka-basic common emblem dito si Benny, there might be a time na napipractice siya ni Kosei lumabas ng lane. But because nakaganong emblem siya,
Hindi siya na-bully out
hindi
ng
siya
Roger.
na-bully out ng lane, hindi siya na-bully out ng Roger. Ang galing. Ang ganda ng pagkakagawa dito ng strategy. And looking at how Team Liquid Echo just forced the fights, kahit sabihin natin dito na, alam mo yon, lumalamang ang RSG in the early stages, nakukuha pa rin ng Team Liquid Echo yung mga objectives. At sabi mo nga sa akin nun, kasalanan ni JP yun. Bakit nga ba kasalanan ni JP?
Kasi si JP gumagawa siya, habang nakikita ko yung Minotaur, meron siya parang invisible box.
Oo.
Pag doon sila nag-play around, malakas sila yung side na yun. And ang ginagawa nila, kung sino tumapak sa box na yun, mapa-Yuzong, si Light, or kahit sino man, yun yung uunahin nila. And together sila sa team ginagawa yun.
So
Yun
ibig sabihin dito, kapag tumapak doon sa box ni JP, kasalanan na nila yun.
Oo.
Ay, ang dami talagang nagkakasala pag si JP talaga yun nandito. But now, in terms of the highlights, it's the same thing all over again. Katulad nga na sinabi mo dito, ang galing humanap ng target dito ng side ng Team Liquid Echo. Now, in terms of the emblems, as you can see, napag-usapan na natin kay Benny QT, any other emblems na nakikita natin dito. Kung makikita mo si Kosei naman yung emblems niya, nag-a-assassin emblem, nagpa-marksman emblem.
Pagka diverse pa din naman si Jose. Kaso nakikita ko yung na-explain, baga may sense kung bakit yun yung pinipili ni Benny. Tapos yung mga kampi niya, ang mas tinatarget nila sa emblem nila is maging mas mauna tas early para mas less deaths, mas makapag-sync sila early and makapag-accelerate sila yung gameplay nila.
Ngayon, Sanji on the other hand, 916. Sinabi mo nga sa akin, Coach, bago tayo nag-start at dun pa lang sa draft, na si Valentina ay isang independent na mid laner.
Pag sinabing independent mid laner, yung kaya niya i-clear yung lane nang hindi kailangan na nagpapatulong. Hindi siya mabagal. Tapos, nandun siya sa tamang speed na makaka-rotate din siya agad, kahit mag-isa lang siya.
Ganon yung mga kailangan natin tignan. And kung papansinin natin, in terms of tempo, alam natin na talagang tempo ng TLPH yung dinictate nila up until the very end. Now, kung titignan natin, first time nagbago to this series, yung carry natin in terms of damage dealt, si Sanji, 64.5k. Miss Independent nga talaga.
Yan yung mga tipo ng player na kaya niya yung sarili niya. And nababakapad pa siya ng mga sobrang lupit ng mga kakampi. It explains why napakalakas ang Team Liquid ngayong playoffs.
Alam mo na ba, napapansin ko dito, ang talagang natututukan natin, yung mga marksman at saka yung mga mid lane. Sana yung mga kakampi ko, ganyan din. Kasi medyo nahihirapan na ako. Pero if you would look at the damage dealt, Benny Cutie, siya yung next eh. Kung iisipin mo dito, mas gusto pa nga pumukpok ni Kosei. Kaso ang problema, every time na nalalapit siya, grabe yung control. Si JP
May nakaharang na
nandyan,
Mino, may nakaharang na Benebeta.
Fredrin
Fredrin
as
pa.
well. Tapos yung mismong possible target niya, pwede din siyang palayuin, si Moskov.
Yung makikita natin nga nung early game, parang na-hold nila yung creeps,
Oo.
lumamang si Benny. Ganun lang, dahil lang sa Seba, dahil lang second skill lang ng Moscow. So,
Todo pa rin ang farming. Hindi na bago ang trend natin. If you would look at our screen right now, GPM, gold per minute, still goes to the side of Team Liquid Echo. At grabe talaga eh. Ito yung mga dream instances. Coach, tingin ko kung ikaw ay may ML team, naglalaro ko sa MPL, ganito kaswabe yung performance mo. Pakiramdam ko ito yung pangarap ng mga coach eh, yung ganitong form.
totoo. Yan yung mga pangarap na consistent ka every game. Yun yung, hindi mo nahahanapin yung ibang bagay kasi yung basic lang, consistent lang, nagagawa nyo na. Yun na yung trabaho eh. Yun yung pangarap.
So, ang sinasabi mo ba dito, nagkaroon pa ng sobrang daming komplikadong galawan in terms of the side of RSG Philippines? Kasi kung isipin, simple lang yung